Let's talk Facebook parties. Facebook parties can be huge and can be super, super lucrative and successful for you guys if you do them right. So I'm going to just share with you the tips that have worked for me and how my Facebook parties are average $1,000 each. So imagine if you're doing 4 or 5 of these a month, what your personal sales are going to be. So first, let's just talk about picking your host, okay? So it's really important that you are going to have a host that has a decent audience, a host that's going to be engaged, and that they are excited about this. So if they're not excited and interested in participating, if they're not interested in the charity, it's not going to be a super successful fundraiser. So you really want to pick someone who is going to be a good host. And you know what? I know it doesn't, you never know. I have definitely had a host or two that really, it didn't turn out quite as great as I expected it to. But do your best. So I lead with the charity. When you lead with the charity, you are just much closer to being able to guaranteeing success. So by leading with a charity, to me, that just means when you are booking your party, that is what you're focusing on. You're not focusing on the fact that they're going to get free wine. You're focusing on the fact that they're raising money for a charity that's important to them. If that is the focus, I'm telling you, that is what will win in your parties. So I like to post on my own personal Facebook every once in a while, hey, what are your charities? What charities do my friends and network? What do you support? And the people who comment on that post, I know that they're supportive of a charity. Those are the people I'm going to reach out to and ask if they'd be interested in hosting a fun wine online fundraiser. That's super easy, fun, and it gives back to the charity of their choice. Keep it simple. So when it comes to the logistics, okay, the first thing is my timeline. About a week before the party that I am setting up, I'm going to message my host and get the information on the charity. Second, the Friday before, I'm going to go into my back office. I'm going to create the event link, and then I'm going to go into Facebook and create a Facebook group, a private group. You can do it as an event. I'm just telling you that in my experience, the most success has been in a group for 2 reasons. 1, it's searchable. 2, it's a lot easier to go back and find things. 3, if your host turns out to turn into a CE with you, they can just turn that group into their wine group. So I like groups. That's what works for me. I make them private, not public. We're not doing public fundraisers. Private group. I like my wine parties to go Monday to Friday. That's what works for me. I like my weekends off, so I use the weekends for more administrative stuff if I have to, or setting my party up. But Monday through Friday, and that's really the best. People are more active on Facebook at the beginning of the week, not the end of the week. So don't waste your time doing a party on the weekend. So I get mine set up. I put the host in the group on Saturday or Friday, whenever it is that I get it set up, and I prep them. I message the host and say, hey, your group is live. Here's the link if you want to share it on your Facebook, the link to the actual fundraiser, shopping link. And then I prep them. It's important you prep your hosts, okay? Sure, you don't want them to think that they have a lot to do, but they do need to participate. If your hosts are not going to participate, this is not going to be a good party. They have to be somewhat interactive because they're putting their friends in the group. Their friends know them. Their friends don't know you necessarily, right? So I'm going to prep my hosts with a couple things. One, I let them know that I need them to start inviting people and that I need at least 50 people in this party for it to be successful, for us to get it to $1,000, which would get them 100. So I don't tell them, I'll say, for us to be able to get $100 wine credit for you and $100 donation for charity, we need this to be, we're looking for at least 50 people. The more the merrier, but, invite more people, than fewer, because that's how we're going to be successful. I'm going to let them know, again, I'm going to post every single day. I'll handle all of that. I'll handle the questions. But it would be great if you could do a post about this charity and like why you chose this to raise money. And that's it. Those are my only expectations of them. Most of the hostesses that are, because if I choose them right, they're going to be engaged and comment and whatnot during the party. I have had some who didn't, and they were ones that I didn't prep very well. So it's our job to make sure we're prepping the host. Doing a Facebook Live in your party is essential. I like to do it at the beginning. So either the day 1 or day 2, like the Monday or Tuesday, I always set up a Facebook Live. I let the host know, hey, these are when I like to do them. When are you free? You don't have to be on live with me, but I'd like you to be in the audience, like chiming in on comments. I want your friends to see that you're at least watching the party. So I coordinate my Facebook Live when I know the host is at least able to watch. If they can come on the party with me, great. If they don't mind being on camera, that's like even better. So the weekend prior, so that first, Saturday, Sunday, while the host is inviting their friends, I like to do fun posts. I want to get people excited. I want them to not think that this is just going to be a group that's just going to be a bunch of informational posts about wine. I want it to be fun. So I'm just doing wine memes. I'm doing interaction posts to get them engaged. Go on Pinterest. There's a million wine memes that you can find. I'll find like different wine games to post, things that get them to comment. What are your favorite wines? Tell me about yourself. Share a picture of you with the host. So things that get people engaged and commenting and having fun. That's the name of the game. You want it to be fun. So starting on Monday, then I start my posts, 3 to 5 posts a day. I like to schedule my posts ahead of time. So if you are like me and you work a traditional job during the day and you can't be, worrying about getting posts, there is a feature in groups where you can pre-schedule your posts. That's not available in an event. I like to use Cinch Share, which is a pay per service. It's about $10 a month, I want to say. I use that for my scheduling for all of my parties. So you can pre-schedule, and then what I like to do, so I pre-schedule my party posts every single morning, or maybe I'll even do a couple days at a time. And then like as people order, I go in and I do a nice thank you post throughout, because that gets people like reminding, oh, I got to order. So without having to always post like, don't forget to order, don't forget to order, I like to shout out the orders as they come in. I'll do a nice picture of a wine, thank you, and shouting out whoever ordered. Another thing that helps me is, we want again, focus on the charity. So if your sales are low, people are slow to start ordering or whatnot, like start doing a bottle countdown. We're 10 bottles away from our first goal. We're 20 bottles away from, so-and-so's goal. So do a bottle countdown. I find that is very helpful. Again, it's just a more fun way to get people reminder as opposed to me just nagging them. Like, don't forget to order. So I love doing a bottle countdown. 20 bottles of rosé left till we hit our $100, donation. Let's see, what else? So the thank you posts, the bottle countdown. I like to, like I said, I like to keep my link up for 5 days. I do giveaways. I do these I bought these wine toppers on Amazon, $15 for 10, I think, or 8 maybe. And so, for $2 a piece, basically is what it cost me. I like to raffle those off. If you do not have to do a raffle, if you do a raffle, it's on you. So, but they're fun. So I will set milestones. Hey, 5 more orders and we're gonna do a raffle. So things like that. So raffles make it fun. And just make sure that you post the raffle and you post the winner, even if it's at the end of the party. So the party ends on Friday for me, but then I like to do a shout out and letting them know, like, thank you so much on Friday afternoon. And then I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, if you need a refill, we're gonna keep this link open for another week. So I won't be in the group posting every single day, but I'm going to go in and just remind them, hey, if you need a refill, so and so's link is still active. She is now $100, of orders away from her goal. Who needs a refill of rosé? Again, super fun. I make sure, just looking at my notes, to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Having a goal, making sure you talk about the goal, make sure you talk about the charity as much as you can throughout. Again, lead with the charity, focus on the charity. Don't focus on the free wine. Networking, you guys, the reason for doing at parties is to network, to get in front of other people. So it's really important that you are utilizing and capitalizing on this. When people are ordering, you need to friend them. You're adding them into your network. They are now your new friend. And then you're going to add them to your customer group or your fun wine group, whatever outside, like just evergreen group that you have that's going nonstop. You need to friend them. If you have somebody who is super engaged in this party and they're ordering a lot, directly ask them to be a host. Directly ask them if they would like to join your team. Some people need, you may post about it, but it's over their head. They just doesn't register. Some people, you need to directly ask them, hey, would you be interested? You could earn, I know you love the rosé, you could earn some for free if we set up a fundraiser for you. When I say a fundraiser, it just resonates, more. You can pick the cause of your choice and we can do a party, and these are the weeks that I have free to do one for you. Or we can do an in-person tasting if the person is local and you are comfortable doing tastings depending on where you live. But I want to make sure you guys understand networking is the key to this, right? We're doing these parties. We are in network marketing. That is the biggest part of this. My parties that I am booking from a party. So I have a party, I book another party, another party. That's how I've been able to book parties throughout, since the week that I started. So I encourage you to make sure, don't just post and pray. We call that post and pray. Don't just post looking for hostesses, looking for people to join my team. Even in your events, you have to be bold. You have to actually ask people. So same thing with your host. You may need to ask, if you're an amazing host, ask them, hey, this was an awesome party. You have a lot of friends who clearly support you, who clearly like to give back, and who clearly like wine because, your party was $1,500 in sales. Have you thought of doing something like this with me? You can see how easy it is and how fun it is. So you're not going to be able to have those conversations if you're not doing these parties. I encourage you, get these set up. Get them set up, ASAP. I do Monday through Friday. That's what works for me in my schedule. You can do a 3-day party. You could do a 1-day party. You could have it I wouldn't do more than a week. I think a week is kind of, people get tired by the end. So I think 5 days or 6 days is plenty. Maybe start it on Sunday and end on Friday. That could be good, or do a Sunday to Thursday. Again, whatever works for you. Play around with it. Try different days to start and end. But again, just do the live at the beginning so people get that information. And again, making it fun, being interactive, and focusing on the charity, focusing on the nonprofit piece. And I guarantee you, if you start implementing these tips, you are going to have you're going to have better parties. And one last tip, you can do a multi-hostess party. So if you have a hostess who is a little hesitant, ask, and one of the reasons people get, hesitant, it's not that they don't want to support you, it's that they're afraid that they're going to let you down. They're afraid that they're not going to have enough friends participate. And I know that because I had someone ask me to do a Pampered Chef party, and I was like, I don't know if I have enough friends that are going to do it, simply because I know I had just been invited to 15 Pampered Chef parties. So I was like, shoot, I don't want to have a bad party for you. And my party ended up being pretty good. It was really good actually. But I just know that people get nervous about that because I was. So a good thing to offer is, hey, what if you and a friend do it? You know, I could do a multiple hostess party where you each have your own link, you each invite friends. So then, you know, the more the merrier. So even if you only had like 20 people join, but your friend had 30, we are still gonna have a good party. So I don't want you to stress about that. So that's another, I think, a really good option is, you know, having offering multiple hostesses. It's better for you because, hey, if it turns out to be like 100 people, if they both have a, you know, a better turnout than they are expecting, you're getting two parties in 1 week, two parties in one event. Like, it's obviously way better time management for you guys, right? So those are my tips on doing Facebook parties. Highly encourage them. Again, my sales are average at least 1,000. You know, I have had a couple that were less. I've had parties over 2,000, and these were just from Facebook. I have, as of the timing of this recording, I have not done an in-person party yet. You know, my sales have been anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 a month, personal sales, and this is all on Facebook parties. So any questions, feel free to reach out, and but I'm excited to see you guys start doing these posts. If you know, go back and watch this and write down the tips and share your ahas in the comments and let me know maybe a tip that you're going to implement.